When I was diagnosed with diffuse large B-cell lymphoma, I was 30. My daughter Grace was 2, and I was about to start a year of teaching. I didn't know what lymphoma was at the time, and so I looked it up on my phone, and the only thing that I see is cancer. I literally just lost it.
When I was diagnosed with chronic lymphocytic leukemia, a form of lymphoma, I was livid. I was so angry.
The day that my husband was diagnosed with the mantle cell lymphoma, we didn't know where to turn. Being a nurse for many, many years, I did not even know what that diagnosis meant.
And she says, we need to talk. And I said, what about? And she says, I just wanted to tell you that you have cancer. I was numb.
When I was first diagnosed, I was scared. It changed my life tremendously.
It was very scary when my dad was diagnosed because you didn't know, is he gonna be here for his birthday in a few months?
Will I be surviving tomorrow? Will I be there when with my family?
When I was newly diagnosed, I didn't know anything about blood cancer. I didn't know anything about lymphoma. My family didn't know. You hear cancer, you just automatically think, oh wow, am I gonna die?
And I'll never forget sitting in the doctor's room and having them have to tell me that this was really, really bad. That right there was probably the worst day of my life.
The Lymphoma Research Foundation provides really a large number of tools that are invaluable for patients and their families. They do a great job in bringing information to patients that patients and their families really need, not only to learn about the complexities of lymphoma, but also the support patients need to deal with the challenges of the disease.
The one thing I think that is great about the Lymphoma Research Foundation is their education. For people like us who had a disease that you really couldn't find anything about, all you know is it's not a good disease to get.
When I found Lymphoma Research Foundation, I found the place I needed to get the information I needed to understand my disease and to figure out what my future really held.
The Lymphoma Research Foundation stayed on the phone with me when I asked so many questions, some of them probably crazy.
Every time you call, they're there to help you out.
I don't know what patients do without the Lymphoma Research Foundation. Is there to back them up, to support them, to provide all kinds of services.
If it hadn't been for the Lymphoma Research Foundation, we'd be lost. We would be lost.
The place that we need the most help for lymphoma research is basic funding. The underlying driver here is having the resources available to do the wide range of needed work.
It takes a tremendous amount of time to really develop a new drug, and that's a process that takes as long as 10 years and millions, if not billions, of dollars of investment.
Clinical trials are so important. They are an opportunity for very, very smart doctors to advance the field. I am here today because of a clinical trial.
We found out that I was eligible for clinical research, and that's the option I chose.
Because of that clinical research study, he's alive today. So it's obviously near and dear to our heart to support research and to get as many people involved in research studies because, you know, here's the result.
Only 1 out of 10 grants gets funded by the government, and that leaves a lot of research on the table.
One of the big priorities of Lymphoma Research Foundation is supporting young investigators. Young scientists are choosing to go into other directions. They're saying, look, I can't afford to choose a career where I'm successful 1 out of 10 times.
Those young researchers, you know, if they can't get funding, they're gonna go to a different type of cancer and they're gonna research something where the money is. And that's great for that cancer. Those are smart doctors, but we need them too. What I went through was tremendously difficult. And even from the very beginning of it, I knew that when I was done, I wanted to be able to do something to make it even a little bit easier for the next person. Being involved with the Lymphoma Research Foundation gave me the platform to do that.
Awareness is so important. You share your story, somebody shares a story back with you.
The Lymphoma Research Foundation is the amazing organization that will be there for you when you are in need.
Whether you're a patient that is facing the disease, that's trying to learn more about it, whether you're fundraising, participating in a walk, I can tell you that this really makes a difference. Each little bit that one does can impact patients and has impacted patients, and I am certain will continue to make an impact for those to come.
So much progress has been made in patient education,
Research
And awareness.
Due to the Lymphoma Research Foundation.
in the 7 minutes it took to watch this video.
Someone was diagnosed with lymphoma.
join the Lymphoma Research Foundation in its mission to eradicate lymphoma.
And to serve those touched by this disease.
Together,
Together.
Together,
Together, we can make the biggest impact of all.
Please support the Lymphoma Research Foundation.